Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Richard Kadesch, owner and broker in charge of Go Gated Realty, Hilton Head Island and Bluffton, South Carolina. And today is February 28th, 2017, and we're in Indigo Run on Hilton Head Island with the Davises. Greg and Ellen Davis relocated here in 2015 from the Washington, D.C. area. They're clients of mine. I worked with them as a buyer's agent, and I wanted to talk to them today about their experience, and with the hope that something that happened in their experience, their opinions and thoughts, and our discussion might benefit you in your decision to buy property on Hilton Head Island or in Bluffton, South Carolina. So thank you, Greg and Ellen, for agreeing to talk today. And I just want to ask you, from the time what made you think about Hilton Head Island as the place to relocate, and from the Washington, D.C. area where you lived for so long?
Yeah, we've had a long history with Hilton Head, and I'll let Ellen tell you how it started.
The first time we came to Hilton Head, I was pregnant with my son Ryan. It was 1979. We came with some friends, loved it. Second time we came in 82. I was pregnant with my daughter Jenny, and every time, and at that point we really were like looking around and going, gosh, this would be a great place to retire. And then we came many times after that, probably 5 or 6 times. We always stayed in Sea Pines because that's where we started.
Sea Pines?
Yeah.
That's the place, the granddaddy.
Yeah, it really is. And we always had a great time, and and that really kind of stuck in our heads.
Makes a great first impression. Sea Pines wrote the book. Charles Fraser wrote the book on destination resort development, and Hilton Head Island, Sea Pines made a great first impression on you.
Absolutely.
Sea Pines is still pretty.
Yeah, I love it.
It's fantastic. So you ended up here in Indigo Run, though. So you of course you could have gone anywhere, but Hilton Head Island then made that great first impression. And I remember, Greg, when you came down and started shopping with me in early 2015, that you were very clear on how you wanted Hilton Head Island. You didn't want Bluffton, you wanted Hilton Head Island. Now, why was that?
Well, let me back up a little bit. So when we finally decided on Hilton Head, I said, we came from the Washington, D.C. area, which is very congested and, booming. We were there for the last 40 years. So like most people moving south, we looked at the Carolinas, we looked at Florida, and we felt that Hilton Head was a great pocket. It just was a nice blend. It still had the change of seasons, it has the beach, has some beautiful properties, and it was just a really nice pocket to live in. So when I first started looking, let me just say I found you, Richard, from the internet. Because everything is internet-based these days. And I was just trying to find out things about Hilton Head and looking at various videos of Hilton Head to get a good feel for it. And of course you popped up there because you do videos of homes, which is a great idea, and I learned a lot from you as you toured homes in the various plantations. So I really liked your videos, and I thought, I realized that you were a guy who had lived here actually for 40 years, and you were obviously experienced in real estate for 40 years, and you were a buyer's agent. So we liked that. We really did. We liked having somebody working for us and with us. And so that's how we chose you, and I'm so glad we did. But so when we came down here and started looking, and we came a number of times, and you were very patient with us. We looked at all the various plantations. But yes, we wanted Hilton Head. Particularly I wanted Hilton Head. I said I could go for some resort living after the crazy life we led with the traffic and the just the whole housing boom.
Snow.
Yeah, the snow, and like everybody else moving from the East Coast. And so yes, we wanted the resort style lifestyle for a while.
Well, we get spoiled on Hilton Head Island because of convenience. And even within Hilton Head Island, the south end where Sea Pines is, Shipyard, Palmetto Dunes, those are your big resort, and Forest Beach, your big resort areas. And of course that's where most of the vacation traffic is. For those of you that are looking for a vacation rental property, it'll probably be on that end of the island. When you come up to the mid and north end of the island where Indigo Run is, Palmetto Hall, Hilton Head Plantation, you're generally into more of an environment which is year-round living, and you're a little bit away from the crowd. I think that may be part of what attracted you to Indigo Run, because I know you're not a
It
golfer.
is.
This is a
Yeah.
Jack Nicklaus golf community, and
I'm a golfer vicariously through you, because you are a golf club champion with your plaque on the wall there, I saw. But no, you know, one of the things that's great about Indigo, it is mid-island, so we're close to that bridge that takes you over to Bluffton. And that's one of the other things I think is great about, you know, of course, both Bluffton and Hilton Head. The Indigo Run is very close to Bluffton, which is booming, you know, with all the stores and restaurants and everything you could ask for.
we're all part of Beaufort County, the
Yes.
13th
Right.
fastest growing county in the United
Yes.
States, but it's just across the bridge to
Yes.
Bluffton.
So we live in this little pocket of Hilton Head, but we're very close to Bluffton, and of course 45 minutes from Savannah. You know, we think this is a great location, and Bluffton is great too. But you know, again,
I go
it's a
there all the
resort.
time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I think your decision to come here, you said resort living. I really think the beach was the thing for
Yes.
you. As I recall, you
And
wanted
I
to-
associate that with resort style
Yeah,
living.
Resort
and-
style living. You
Yes.
can drive over to the beach maybe in 10 minutes from here
Yes.
without
Max,
any,
yeah.
and possibly even by bike. And the thing about Indigo Run too, and before my wife and I moved to Bluffton, by the way, we lived in Indigo Run here for 10 years. We loved it.
Tell the full story, Richard.
Well,
What street did you live on in Indigo Run?
Hobbity Place.
Which is
Hobbity
the
Place.
same street we're on, and that was totally coincidental.
Totally
I didn't
was.
really know that until
It
after
was.
we bought this house. Richard's like, I used to live a few doors down.
Best street in Indigo Run.
Yes.
Absolutely. Hobbity
Absolutely.
Place.
Yeah.
But the thing about Indigo Run that I always liked is great convenience. We get spoiled here, so just around the corner you have all kinds of shopping, restaurants, the banks, medical, the hospital is
Yes.
mid-island. We even have an outpatient center right at the entrance to Indigo Run. And then as far as the fee structure goes, a lot of my buyers don't want to pay high annual fees. We do have private golf here, public golf.
Indigo is a nice blend.
The fees are, the golf is optional, so if you don't play golf, you don't want to pay up for golf, you don't have to do that. And they still have the Junior Olympic swimming pool here with the Hard-Tru tennis courts and great walking paths, very safe and clean. And really just a premier community with newer homes, not necessarily the newest, but the newest are in Bluffton for the most part, but newer homes because it's a newer community. The development generally started on the south end of the island at Sea Pines. That's the granddaddy, and it moved its way north to the north end, mid and north end of the island, then across the bridge to Bluffton, and then finally out to even West Bluffton is the general trend. Going back to what you said, Greg, about finding me on the internet, that's also a big trend because so many of my buyers shop the internet and they're empowered with all kinds of information regarding homes and inventories and facts and all that kind of stuff. I'm so pleased that you called me because one of the missing factors is how does the buyer find an agent?
Well, that is just picking up on that because not only did I find you, but you had the 40 years of experience and you were a buyer's agent, but you know the island so well. And you were a former builder, I know, at one point, and so you were able to help us out, when we bought this house, it needed some work, as do, most houses that you buy, they're resales. So you knew the contractors to use, you knew the people to use, who were the reliable ones, and
Yeah, particularly because we weren't even here then.
right, and you took care of a lot of that
There
for
were a
us.
lot of
You
it.
actually had a contractor put a new roof on this house
Wow.
while you were away, and then I
Exactly.
remember, of course, the inspector stayed with you to
Mhm.
kind of do a house monitor.
Found a great inspector through you.
Yeah, yep, that's right. So the decision to move here is obviously one you don't regret. No second thoughts on that.
What does Ellen do every day?
What do I do every day?
Uh-huh.
Every morning I sit out on that porch with my coffee and look outside and say, I can't believe I really live here. I mean, I'm so,
Uh-huh.
it's just,
It's
I
nice.
appreciate it every single day.
So our mission is accomplished, and
Totally.
you folks have been great to work with, and
As you?
well, thank you so much. And I would just invite you, the viewer, to give me a call to talk about your real estate needs and the lifestyle and the community, the type of home you're looking for. And my email is rich@gogated.com, so please email and introduce yourself and we can get acquainted. And I'm sure we can find success together as we did with the Davises and finding their home and community here on Hilton Head Island, a great place to live. Bluffton also, ladies and
Bluffton,
gentlemen, great place to live, the whole area. Everybody in the various communities around, will tell you that their community is probably the best community, and that and I love that. I love the fact that so many of you are doing so much research on the internet, because it does help me a lot, actually. I don't have to start from square one, and instead of teaching people about the island or this and that. So many people pretty much have done their homework. I would say that
There's nothing like boots on the ground, though, and I mean, whether it's the, you know, people looking for their home, you have to come here, of course, but, you know, having you here, because all of the plantations are nice. Anybody looking, you know, this view, it's, all of the plantations are nice. They each have their own different feel and own different amenities and that type of thing. So if you're a big country clubber or golfer, you know, you might want this one. If you want to have a second home and live there part of the year, you may want this particular plantation. But, you know, Indigo is obviously a year-round. So for us, this is what worked out. And I learned a lot just by spending a lot of time with you and
Well, thank you.
through your patience.
Well, you know, it's a big decision. It's
It
a
is
big
a big
decision.
decision.
It is.
You didn't break the record. The record for buyer working with me when they popped up to buy is actually 20 years. Not that that was all spent working with someone, but they received my communications and so forth for 20 years. But it is a big decision.
You're waiting till they were ready.
It's
You know, right.
very stressful, I think, for most people. You know, no matter how sophisticated the buyer, I think we can all use a good advisor. We can use help, getting accurate information, advice we can trust. You know, it's a very stressful thing when you move from a place like you did near Washington, D.C., where you lived for 40 years, to come to a place that you believe is going to be satisfactory, and maybe even your dream place, Hilton Head Island. You know, to sell your home, to relocate your family, leave some friends behind and so forth. It's a very stressful and an expensive decision.
Well, the good thing is all of your friends and family will come visit you if you live in Hilton
That
Head.
is true.
You know, if you live in Hilton Head or Florida, or let's face it, people are going to come visit you.
Yeah.
And we did. We just had friends this weekend. We went to Savannah and had a great time.
So you did a lot of work and research on your own, and I really appreciate that. That makes my job so much easier. I would recommend
Well, you
that
provided a good search engine for us too, which
that-
was helpful.
I recommend that my buyers do the same thing. And of course, the missing factor there is, how do you choose your agent? You know, there's so much out there about homes and communities and facts and figures and these different types of statistics and so forth. And so ultimately, the agent that you work with can make a difference. So please keep me in mind, folks, when it comes time.
Richard is the man. I'm telling you right now, to put up with me over the long haul, and it took me a while, you're looking at the right guy.
Well, thanks very much. And I hope you folks enjoyed our talk today, and that you found something of value in the conversation. Thank you very much, Greg.
Thank
and
you,
Ellen,
Richard.
for talking.
Thank you.
I certainly enjoyed it. And thank you, viewer, for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you again.